Welcome to One Little Park. I want to bring up those vacation planning videos I mentioned in part 1 of my Star Wars in the Disney Parks series. If you haven't seen part 1, I'll link to it below, be sure to check it out. I have a vague memory of seeing a clip of the Celebrity Motorcade Parade from Star Wars Weekends in those videos. This had to be around 2000, so Star Wars Weekends had just started really, but I remember thinking how cool it would be to have a whole weekend of nothing but Star Wars. I wouldn't find out just how cool it was until 2015, the last year for the celebration, but it was a dream come true to say the least. Star Wars Weekends weren't the only way Disney has brought the franchise to life. I go into detail more about Star Tours in part 1, but I want to say here it really was the catalyst for bringing Star Wars to Disney parks. From it, we get Star Wars Weekends, Jedi Training Academy, Hyperspace Mountain, Star Wars Launch Bay, Jedi Training Trials of the Trump Temple, Galactic Nights, and a Galactic Spectacular. Each one of these shows and experiences are a celebration of the beloved franchise. That being said, Star Wars Weekends is by far the most extensive in the lot. The first event was held in 1997 in then Disney MGM Studios. George Lucas had a partnership with Disney already in place, and what better way to celebrate this special edition release of the Star Wars trilogy and the announcement of Episode 1 than a grand celebration at Walt Disney World. It would return in 2000 and 2001 before being held annually since 2003. Typically beginning in May, the event took place Friday, Saturday, and Sunday of 4 to 5 consecutive weeks during the summer. During the event, many Disney characters appeared dressed as Star Wars characters. Jedi Mickey, Leia Minnie, Stormtrooper Donald, Darth Goofy, and R2-MK. As of 2015, there have been no more sightings of Star Wars themed Disney character meet and greets despite all of the Star Wars throughout Hollywood studios. There were several live shows held in various theaters and stages over the years. These will be for behind the scenes of the franchise and interviews of the cast members. Other live shows included Jedi Training Academy before it had a permanent home besides Star Tours, Hyperspace Hoopla, and Stars of the Saga. There was a celebrity motorcade showcasing any Star Wars celebrities appearing that day, as well as some characters from the Star Wars franchise, and a parade that featured the 501st Legion and Rebel Legion. At the end of the night, Symphony in the Stars filled the sky with spectacular fireworks accompanied by the scores and sounds from Star Wars films. Because of the immense popularity of the Jedi Training Academy, an idea originally conceived back in the early 80s along with Star Tours, the show was given a permanent location besides Star Tours so that guests could experience it more often. There is an age limit though, so for any of you older Padawans, too bad, but I believe there may be something similar in Galaxy's Edge. You won't fight Darth Vader or the Seventh Sister, but you will have an opportunity to build your own lightsaber and be taught the lore behind it. Think of this as similar to Ollivander's over in the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. 2015 turned out to be a transformative year for Star Wars. The Force Awakens hype was real as the film's release quickly approached at the end of the year. This year brought several changes to Star Wars at Hollywood studios. It was announced that Star Wars Weekends would come to an end in May of 2015. In August, Star Wars Land was announced at D23 Expo. In October, Jedi Training Academy closed and reopened in December as an all-new experience, Jedi Training Trials of the Jedi Temple. Star Wars Launch Bay, a small-scale year-round Star Wars weekend if you will, opened in late fall of that year. It houses a behind-the-scenes gallery of artwork, models, and props from the films as well as a special featurette film. There's also a really cool meet and greet area that you can find Jawas, Greedo, Chewbacca, Kylo Ren, and BB-8. It's all tied together at the end with a gift shop of everything you can imagine Star Wars. I remember the first time I went to Star Wars Launch Bay and I was so pumped. It was just a whole little section dedicated to Star Wars. It does a really great job of giving you just enough Star Wars to hold you over until Galaxy's Edge opens. I have heard that they are going to keep it open, but I feel like this has served its purpose over the years and it's time to bring something new to that space. That means goodbye Voyage of the Little Mermaid, goodbye Star Wars Launch Bay. Let's see something new for Hollywood studios over there. Frequently throughout the day, Captain Phasma leads a group of stormtroopers from Launch Bay and Hollywood Boulevard to a stage in front of the Chinese Theater. And on this stage, there's also a show, Star Wars: A Galaxy Far, Far Away, that plays clips from all the movies and features all of our favorite characters. It's really nothing more than, oh my gosh, it's Rey, and look, it's Darth Maul, but hey, it's really fun, and again, it's Star Wars. And in addition to all this stuff, Space Mountain in Disneyland, Hong Kong Disneyland, and Disneyland Paris received a Star Wars overlay that was labeled as Hyperspace Mountain. This featured score from the film as well as star projections to make you feel like you're flying through space. You can no longer experience that in California as it was removed in 2016 2016, but it is still in Hong Kong and Paris. Star Tours has also received special editions from the sequel trilogy. The scene from where Rey and Finn are fleeing from TIE fighters on Jakku in the Millennium Falcon from The Force Awakens was added in November 2015 before the film's release. The Battle of Crate was added in 2017, and Star Tours landing on Batuu as the end scene was added in 2017, I believe, but it may have been 2018. And to cap it all off, guests can end every single night at Hollywood Studios with Star Wars: A Galactic Spectacular. This show features amazing lasers, fireworks, and multiple points of projections, and it is even better than Symphony in the Stars from Star Wars Weekends, and is probably my favorite fireworks show in Walt Disney World. There's one final event I want to discuss, and is by far one of the most disappointing things I've ever done at Disney. In 2017, Star Wars held the first Galactic Nights during Star Wars Celebration Orlando, and they held it again in the following year, even raising the prices. However, it was not worth the $120 or so they charged per person. It was basically photo ops with some meet and greets. There was a special Star Wars show live happening throughout the night, and that was really cool, but in the end, it wasn't worth the ticket price. You know, nothing was really new or exciting. It was kind of like Star Wars Weekends scaled down, and you had to pay extra, whereas in Star Wars Weekends, you didn't pay any extra on top of the base price of the ticket. I will say they did have a cool Star Wars overlay on Rock and Roller Coaster, and that was really fun considering I'll probably never get to do Hyperspace Mountain. In the end though, Galactic Nights weren't worth it, and I hope they don't bring it back given that Galaxy's Edge opens this year. Over the years, since 1997, we have seen many Star Wars related events come and go. Each one tried to bring to life the galaxy far, far away in a way for fans to enjoy and try to be unique and different. Some have been pretty great while others really lame, but in the end, it was Star Wars, and any fan knows that more Star Wars is good Star Wars. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'd like to thank all of you for watching. Please tune in next week as we move away from Star Wars and we move away from the Disney parks and venture into some other theme parks. As I always say, One Little Park is dedicated to all things theme parks. That does not just mean Disney or Universal even, but theme parks in general. So again, thank you. I do this for you so that you can relive happy memories or learn something new about one of your favorite rides or places. If you're a first-time visitor to One Little Park, again, welcome. And if you're a returning guest, welcome home. We've enjoyed having you, and we hope you return. Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell to be notified of my upcoming videos, and I would appreciate it if you would like this video and engage in the comment section below. I want to know what you guys have to say about Star Tours, about Disney parks, about Universal parks. Is there something you want me to cover in future attractions? Please let me know. I want to help grow One Little Park. If you want to reach out to me via email, you can reach me at onelittlepark@gmail.com with any questions or concerns you may have. Also, if you made it this far in the video, that means you really love what I do. So tell me in the comments below, would you be okay with me switching to an every other week schedule so that I can go more in depth in my videos and make them just a little bit better than they are right now? Doing a video every week kind of limits what I have to do on top of a full-time job, so I'd like to make it better for you by switching to an every other week schedule. Please let me know again. Be sure to subscribe, be sure to like. Until next time, thank you for visiting One Little Park. Remember, sharing is caring. See ya.